Alrighty, folks, you know I'm feeling great on a Friday morning because we're now 3-0 in our last three college football tier membership picks on my premium page. And the good news is I have another college football tier package pick going off here this evening. And if you sign up for that membership here today, you're going to get access to 3 different college football tier package plays every single week for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do on my premium page and what I do with the free videos here. Well, what I do with the free videos is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side, and total. And what I do on my premium page is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free plays I actually like the best. And if you want to access every single premium selection I put out there each and every day for the next 30 days, you may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive Chairman package. Now, Chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. And once again, the site's patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that, folks, we got ourselves a nice, substantive slate of NBA action. Let's dive into it. Sixers, Pistons, 7 o'clock East. Phillies -8, totals 222. And if you're concerned about this big number here, I don't think you have to be. The Sixers have covered the point spread in every single game they've played in this year. And when it comes to defensive play, these guys have the second lowest defensive field goal percentage in the entire NBA. Kelly Oubre, he's got a handful of steals on this season, 17 points a night for the guard. And speaking of scoring, Joel Embiid's leading the NBA in points per game right now. He's also drilling 40% of his shots from beyond the arc. Now, they're facing a Detroit squad who lost their last 6 straight. And they failed to cover in all of those losses except one. They're also going to have to go to work without some key pieces. Burks and Ivy are still out. Harris, Livers, and Bogey still inactive as well. When it comes to the total, 3 out of Philly's last 4 outings did stay under the total. We're looking at unders against the likes of the Celtics, Suns, and Raptors. Give me Philadelphia -8, under 222. Next contest, it is going to be Hornets, Wizards, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Washington's -2, totals 241. And when it comes to offensive production, the Wizards have done a really nice job getting on the scoreboard. They're making nearly 50% of their field goal attempts. They're actually in the top 3 in field goals made per game. And scoring-wise, well, these guys are averaging just about 120 points a night. Kyle Kuzma is making 51% of his field goals, and he leads the roster in points. Meanwhile, Denny Avdija is averaging 13 points a game, and he's drilling over 47% of his three-pointers. Now, they're facing a Charlotte team who can't slow anyone down. These guys allow over 123 points a night. They're nearly worst in the NBA in that particular category. But what is worse in the NBA is their fourth quarter defense. These guys are giving up more fourth quarter points than any other team in the NBA. Now, total-wise, the Hornets saw their last 5 straight all get over the number. Overs against the likes of Dallas, Indiana, and this very Washington team. And speaking of the Wizards, they saw their last 5 straight get over the total themselves. Give me the Wizards -2 over 241. All right, next ball game. Nets, Celtics, 7:30 p.m. East. Boston's -11, totals 227. And for a team laying double digits in this spot here, the Celtics have had a tough time covering the point spread. These guys failed to cover in their last 3 straight. And out of 7 total contests this year, the Celtics successfully covered the number only 2 times. And even though it's real tough to find any weak areas with regard to Boston, not a whole lot of holes there. One thing I could find slightly disparaging is their offensive production after the half. And what I mean by that is this. Boston typically comes out in the third quarter flat. Maybe some different personnel. I don't know. But regardless of what the issue is, Boston is in the bottom 5 in the entire league in third quarter scoring. And I tell you what, this is a pretty good spot for Brooklyn bettors, in my opinion. I know this is a Boston line here, but the Nets have successfully covered the point spread in every single game this year. They're 8-0 against the number. And on the offensive end of the court, the Nets are shooters, man. They're drilling more three-pointers a game than any other roster besides one. Lonnie Walker knocks down 43% of his three-pointers, third on the team in scoring. Meanwhile, Cam Thomas is averaging just about 27 points a game. He's in the top 10 in the East in points per contest. Now, injury-wise, Ben Simmons is questionable for Brooklyn. Really shouldn't be an issue, as he's averaging just 6 points a game. Meanwhile, for Boston, Neemias Queta is out for them. When it comes to the total, Boston's 5-2 to the over for the entire season. Brooklyn's 5-3 to the over themselves. Give me the Nets plus 11 over 227. All right, next matchup I have for you. It is going to be Pelicans-Rockets, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Houston's the 2-point favorite. Total's 219. Now, the Rockets have won their last 4 straight, and they're doing a nice job shooting the basketball. They're a top 5 shooting team in the West. They're a top 5 field goal shooting team in the West. They're also in the top 3 in the entire NBA in offensive three-point percentage as well. Jalen Green's draining nearly 46% of his 3 balls. Team's leading scorer as well. Meanwhile, weirdo Dylan Brooks, he's knocking down 53% of his attempts from beyond the arc. Shooting that long ball well. Absolute weirdo. Complete buffoon. They're facing a Pels team who lost their last 3 straight, and they give up a lot of points in the second half. Now, injury-wise, Marshall's doubtful for the Pels. Jones and Zion are questionable. When it comes to the total, the Pels saw unders against the likes of the Hawks, Thunder, and Knicks. Meanwhile, Houston saw 4 out of their last 7 stay under the total themselves. Give me the Rockets, -2, under 219. All right, next matchup, Jazz Grizzlies, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Memphis is -4.5, totals 230 and a hook. And I'm just not sure Memphis is playing good enough to be laying points here. They lost all of their games this year except for 1, and they failed to cover in all of those games except for 2. Now to start, the Grizzlies just haven't been good enough on offense. They're in the bottom 5 in three-point shooting, bottom 3 in points per game. Meanwhile, in defense, they're having a tough time defending the three-pointer. These guys' opponents are knocking down 40% of their long balls against them. And that's certainly bad news for Memphis backers because the Jazz love shooting the 3-ball. It's one of the few things they do well. They're in the top 10 in the association in three-pointers made per game. They're also arguably the best rebounding team in the game right now. Lauri Markkanen snagging nearly double-digit rebounds a game. He also drills 44% of his long balls. Meanwhile, Jordan Clarkson's second on the roster in points. Now, Walker Kessler's out for the Jazz. Tillman and Rose are still out for Memphis. LaRavia, Concher, and Williams are also questionable for the Grizz. When it comes to the total, 8 out of Memphis's last 10 gatherings with Utah got over the total. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. They also saw overs more recently against the likes of Portland, Dallas, and this very Utah team. Now the Jazz on the other side, they saw all of their contests this year get over the line besides 2. Give me Utah plus 4.5. Over 230 and a hook. All right, next matchup. It is going to be Timberwolves, Spurs, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Minnesota's -6.5, totals 226. Now, the T-Wolves are on a 4-game winning streak. Just give me a sec here, guys. Utah. Okay. All right, next matchup here. T-Wolves, Spurs, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Minnesota's minus 6.5, totals 226. The T-Wolves are on a 4-game winning streak, and they covered the point spread in all 4 of those victories. Anthony Edwards is averaging 27 points a game and drills 43% of his long balls. Karl Anthony Towns is second on the roster in points. And when it comes to defensive play, well, this is arguably the toughest team to score against. They allow only 101 points a night. That is a league low. They're also limiting their competition to just 41% shooting from the field. That is also a league low. They're facing a San Antonio team who surprisingly starts slow offensively. These guys are currently a bottom 10 point-producing team in the first quarter. But the big problem with the Spurs right now has been their defense. They're dead last in guarding the 3 ball, second to last in points allowed per game. When it comes to the total, the Spurs saw their last 5 straight all get over the number. Meanwhile, Minnesota saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the line. Overs against the likes of the Pelicans, Celtics, and Hawks. Give me Minnesota minus 6.5, over 226. All right, next matchup, Clips, Mavs, 8:30 p.m. East. Dallas is minus 1.5, totals 234 and a hook. Feels like a pretty good number here for the Mavs at home. They're 6-2 on the season, and they do a nice job shooting from long range. As a matter of fact, these guys make more three-pointers a game than any other roster in the NBA. Grant Williams knocks down 53% of his three-pointers, 14 points a night for Grant. Of course, Luka Doncic, he is scoring 31.5 points a game himself, along with 9 boards. Now, they're facing an ice-cold Clippers team who lost their last 3 straight, and they do tend to start off slow. The Clippers are in the bottom 3 in first quarter points per game. When it comes to the injury report, Mason Plumlee is out for the Clips. Brandon Boston's still inactive. Meanwhile, for Dallas on the other side, Kleba and Lively are questionable for them. When it comes to the total, these teams' last 5 head-to-head gatherings all fell under the number. The Mavs also saw unders recently against the likes of the Magic and Bulls. Now, the Clippers saw 3 out of their last 5 stay under the total themselves. Give me Dallas minus 1.5, under 234 and a hook. Next ball game, Lakers, Suns, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is minus 3, totals 223. Now, the Suns are doing a decent job on the defensive end of the court. They're allowing only 11 three-pointers a game. They're also one of the best first-half defensive teams in the West. Yusuf Nurkic has a handful of steals and blocks on the season. Double-digit points a night as well for the center. And scoring-wise, Kevin Durant's averaging nearly 30 points a game himself. And he's making 51% of his field goals. Now, they're facing a Laker club who lost their last 3 straight, and they've had all kinds of problems getting to the basket. They're averaging only 109 points a game, and they're scoring fewer first-quarter points than any other roster besides one. Now, when it comes to shooting the basketball, these guys are little to no threat shooting it from downtown. The Lakers are making only 29% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes are questionable for the Lakers. Devin Booker's out for the Suns. Meanwhile, Phoenix saw unders against the likes of Philadelphia, Golden State, and these very Lakers. Meanwhile, LA saw their last 3 straight stay under the number. Give me the Suns minus 3, under 223. And with that, folks, we are going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Going to be in that Thunder-Kings game, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Oklahoma City's minus 1.5, totals 228 and a hook. And despite the super short number, you can't deny the fact that OKC's been a good covering team. The Thunders successfully covered the point spread in all but 2 contests this year. And a lot of that success is due to their offensive performance. OKC's in the top 3 in shooting from the field. They're also the best free throw shooting team in the association. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is making 51% of his field goals, and he leads the lineup in points. Meanwhile, Chet Holmgren is scoring 16 points a game and also knocks down 55% of his three-pointers. Now they're facing a Sacramento team who struggles on the defensive end of the court. These guys are in the bottom three in the West in guarding the field goal. When it comes to offensive production, well, these guys are dead last in third quarter scoring. Trey Lyles and De'Aaron Fox are out for the Kings. More problems offensively with those guys out of the lineup. Kenrick Williams inactive for Oklahoma City. OKC saw 4 out of their last 5 ball games get over the total. Meanwhile, the Kings, they saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the line. Give me OKC minus 1.5 over 228 and a hook. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Sixers minus 8 under 222. Wizards minus 2 over 241. Brooklyn Nets plus 11 over 227. I'm 3-0 my last 3 college football tier membership package picks on my premium page. And the good news is I have another college football tier membership package pick going off here today. Give me Houston minus 2 under 219. Utah Jazz plus 4.5 over 230 and a hook. Minnesota minus 6.5 over 226. Dallas minus 1.5 under 234 and a hook. Phoenix Suns minus 3 under 223. With my next and final free pick, give me OKC minus 1.5 over 228 and a hook. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. Now, if you do end up signing up for a membership on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman membership, it's a full access, all-inclusive package. It gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube or TikTok. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page at patreon.com/BrockPage.